friends, and welcome to my today's lecture that is on Jaya, the main protagonist character in That Long Silence novel by Shashi Deshpande. In my last few lectures on the very same novel, I had discussed about a short biographical note on Shashi Deshpande, her family background, her education, and also her complete biography. I had also mentioned the summary of the novel That Long Silence by Shashi Deshpande. Today I'll be talking about the character sketch of Jaya, the main protagonist in the novel. Now we see that in the novel, the novelist Shashi Deshpande, she strongly protests against the patriarchal society or the male dominated society and also the man made conventions and rules. And the story is also actually unfolded by the main protagonist, Jaya herself, ironically again symbolizing victory. Whereas in a real life situation, Jaya is like any other woman who leads a traditional and a passive life. Now, talking of the women characters like Jaya, Mukta, Jija, Manda, and Nayan, Aji, and other Ajis who are mentioned in the novel here, Shashi did actually try to depict their subaltern position in the society. And she also relates the fact that it was not only the patriarchal system which was responsible for these women's miserable position, but there were other strong reasons too. Now, like the passivity on part of the women and their succumbing to the traditional roles of a wife, mother, etc., they were also equally responsible for their being subjugated. Now, the basic thought that was to be stressed or emphasized rather was that women should not victimize themselves. They should erase the silence and also try to give voice to their inner conflicts. As far as Jaya is concerned, we see that she has been brought up in such a family where the modernity of thoughts dominated the traditional and the drilled social taboos. We see that her grandmother had asked her to learn the basic chores, uh, basic daily chores, I think, which a woman must do, a woman is expected to do, rather, in a male dominated society, like cleaning, washing, cooking, knitting, and many other chores, etc. Because according to the grandma or the grandmother, she would be supposed to do all this in a in-laws house when she gets married, and so she should be deft at doing all these activities or performing all these tasks in the best way. Otherwise, her in laws might not like it and maybe they'll have to listen to certain comments because of her. But in the same family, where she has a father whom we have seen as a very supportive person, and especially supporting Jaya greatly in getting her articles published. For her father did not want that his daughter's efforts should go futile. So Jaya has been with both types of people, and we also know that she was educated in an English medium convent school, and she was a true scholar too. Because and before getting married, she was very clever, ambitious, and curious, and a bright student too. But life for her changed suddenly after marriage. And we could say it was a total metamorphosis or a transformation. Now, in my summary of the novel, when I had mentioned, uh, I had also spoken about three women from the Indian mythology, and like Sita, Savitri, and Draupadi. And I had also mentioned that Sita had followed Ram into her husband, into exile, and Savitri had dogged death to reclaim her husband, and Draupadi shared her husband's travails. But Jaya was actually not allowed to follow such role models also, because in real life, these women followed their husbands willingly. And Jaya also did follow her husband, but she was forced to do so, and so it was not willingly. So the stories of all these three women for Jaya acted as just as illusions of the past, which had no relevance to the present. Present, and Jaya and Mohan, as we see in the novel, they did not share a very pious or a holy relationship from where she could get most stable, pious, and natural love. Or we may even say that love and trust, the two pillars of any relationship, especially marriage, hardly existed between the two. And this was actually the cause of dissatisfaction, subjugation, and suffocation on part of Jaya, which is very well expressed by Shashi Deshpande in the novel That Long Silence. More about Jaya's character I would be discussing in my next lecture. Till then, goodbye and thank you, friends.